Hey, Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. The divine apostles of a great millstone, of course. Peace and salutations to you, sincere brothers, of course. I just want to jump right in because you still got a lot of people who keep saying that Esau is not the white man. You know, the white man, the Caucasian man, or however you want to say it, is not Esau. But you know, there's been hundreds of videos proving it. The scriptures clearly tell you Esau was born red like a hairy garment. And that alone should tell you exactly who it is off of one scripture. But just to further prove it, examining his blessing, jumping in Genesis 27:36, and he said, is not, this is after Jacob, of course, supplanted Esau and took the blessing, which he didn't steal it. It was prophesied long before that the elder shall serve the younger. It was prophesied long before. He did supplant the situation though. Going to show you, supporting what it is the brother, who we say, or at least the brothers with the correct understanding. Because you look at Jacob, you look at the blacks, Native American, and Latino people. That's part of our spirit. You know, we like to, everybody talking about I'm out here hustling. That's basically what he did. He hustled Esau. He was slick. And then when you look at just look at the different literature, right? You go back to Nancy the Spider, right? That's a West African tale. Pretty much the spirit of Jacob. You go on into the Native American tales, right? They have the main character is Coyote, and he's some kind of a trickster, right? Just like a Nancy the Spider. Here in the Americas, the slaves had Brer Rabbit. I believe that was a character in, I believe in Jamaica they use the same character too, which Bugs Bunny is loosely based on Brer Rabbit. And basically the whole Looney Tune thing is those characters are based on characters used by the slaves. And the slaves, being black, Native American, or Latino, because the Latino people, they use those same stories as the Native Americans as well. And they gave the animals characteristics. And then, of course, you had the one character, like I said, that had the spirit of Jacob. He was a trickster. You know, he was righteous, but he was a trickster. He had to get in trouble to kind of learn his lesson. And then sometimes they would incorporate God. But back to the Bible, because this stuff really happened. You know, those stories are loosely based upon our spirit being the sons of Jacob. This is Esau. Genesis 27:36, and he said, is he not rightly named Jacob? Right, Jacob means supplanter. I believe they actually tell you that. Yeah, Yaikwap. Supplanter. This is supplanter. And a nigga knows how to supplant something, knows how to try to get over. But he had supplanted me 2 times. These 2 times he took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, has thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? Yeah. Spiritually, we're the lords over these Edomites, and you can see that when you deal with them, when you work with them, when you interact with them. That's what, if you have a ruling class mentality, really, you know, the sons of Jacob, we're lords over you from the beginning. So there's no real argument against that. It just is what it is. And Esau said unto his father, as thou, and if you look at the world right now, because the scriptures tell you in the end of days things will be turned upside down. That's what it's talking about. Things are upside down. Esau is over Jacob. But then the scriptures tell you what? Matter of fact, let's get that. Here it is, 2 Ezra 6 and 9. And this is this goes through it in the beginning of when the earth was made, before the borders of the world. So this gives this highlights something, the important things, man. Esdras was given a lot of important prophecies. Amongst those, 2 Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So when has the end of the world occurred? Right now we can clearly see. These are some of the most perilous times ever. You got countries with nuclear missiles pointed at each other, which ultimately we know is going to be pointed at America. Nobody wants to be themselves. Everybody wants to be some, fake fabricated image. I could go on and on. That you can look up and listen to any brother's video, and they're gonna go in on the fucked up place that we live in, called America. And like I said, Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So when did that happen? When did Esau go out at the end of the world and Jacob come basically in a whole new place? It has to be a new world if Esau's in the end of the world, right? It never happened. It's about to happen now. Coming up shortly. Back to Genesis 27:38. Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. So he started crying. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And so basically the spirit came over Isaac because certain prophecies had to take place. Certain things had to happen where we go into captivity under Esau, and then Esau has to be given that blessing so he can rule over us. So this was all preordained. This is all pre-planned, and Isaac is just following through the spirit. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And that's what happened. And eventually, we were over these Edomites for a long time, but then eventually, we know they started rising up, going through Eastern Europe, going into Europe. Of course, you had the Greeks, the Romans. Eventually, they started to rise up. The Lord gave them that blessing. And when you look at it now, so what? Thy dwelling should be the fatness of the earth. You look at these Edomites, they live in Hollywood Hills and Hoffman Estates and these different wealthy estates and lands out in the countryside, right? I see them all the time on my job. And of the dew of the heaven from above. Yeah, they basically are they're blessed. You go to that neighborhood, you see Whole Foods, you see all these nice businesses, all these nice ritzy places, expensive living. And by thy sword shalt thou live. Yeah, you go on YouTube, you look up a gun review, because the gun is the modern day sword. Of course, who do you see? You don't see any Arabs. I mean, if I look enough, I probably could find a couple, but you looking up guns, who you gonna see? Esau. Yep, and Esau even gives that's a popular thing with him. They make guns for kids. They make these little Nerf guns. Really, that's for his children. And then, You know, they graduate when they get to a certain age, which some of the Edomites have told me they teach their kids to shoot at the age of 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, Esau's games are all, you know, Call of Duty and shit. They're all around the gun, the sword. This man, he loves his blessing because oh, you got Coley on the wall now. Yep. So shooting guns. I just looked up shooting guns in the woods. What do you see? You don't see Jacob. You see Esau. Esau, Esau, Esau. His blessing proves who he is. Now you got people of every nation who shoot guns. Don't get me wrong what I'm saying. But yeah. You got people but the primary person for that, as you can see, excuse me, by thy sword shall thou live, is Esau. The so-called Caucasian, the so-called white man, is Esau. Excuse me. And shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have thy dominion, that thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke off from thy neck, right? And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. So he hated him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then when I slay my brother Jacob. That's right. And of course we know, Jacob got away. He had his 12 sons. Esau had his family, his sons. Later on Jacob kissed Esau or whatever. But hey, at the end of the day, man, these Edomites, they became our enemies. They attacked us. They worked against us, even though our forefathers are brothers. They never showed that brotherly love, and even now they don't. You got all these people calling the police because this summer is super hot out, right? So you would think, everybody would jump in the pool, everybody's cool, but it's something about being in that water. Just like Esau and Jacob, they were their mother's womb together. They were in their stomach. They were in those waters together, and they were fighting each other. And now what? You got white people or Caucasian people, so-called Caucasian people, they call the police as soon as you jump in the pool with them. You get back in that water and something triggers that spirit, they call the police. They call the people with the sword to come kill you. And that's a spiritual thing. But going on, Romans 8 and 16, of course, the spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit. Yeah, our spirit, I talk about myself and the rest of my brethren, that we are the children of the Most High. We are the sons of the Most High, right? Just like it talks about the sons of God, so the daughters of men being fair. And if children, then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. And that's not talking about all of our people. That's talking about the special ones, the children of the Most High, the sons of the Most High. Because you have what? The sons of the wicked, the sons of the Most High, the sons of men. We descend from the sons of the Most High. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. And that's important to think about. Because right now we're being persecuted. Our people are being persecuted throughout the earth, especially here in the U.S. Right, you just got this clown, Papa John himself, using slurs and shit, and just increasing. Even though they took his face off, that shit is still, it still goes on behind the scenes. You can fire all these Edomites, the rest of you is still racist too. You just conceal that shit so you can make money. But that's a whole nother subject, man. You could tell by his blessing who he is. You Caucasians, you white people, you're Esau, and it's no getting out of it. It's no getting around it. This is the message that the Most High had ordained to be released, and it is what it is. Shalom.